Presentation is a talk to many people, to explain something. You might ever did this in front of your class, explaining something to your classmates. This time, we will make an animated presentation using Scratch, to explain water forms. We will make an interesting presentation by using animation and sound. We will also make interactive presentation. Interactive means, when we click mouse, or pressing certain keyboard button, application will do something. Let's start. We will have 4 screens for our presentation. First is title screen. Then, 1 screen for each water form, solid, liquid, or gas. In each screen, we will have 3 buttons. When a button is clicked, our coding will display a different screen for water form. Create a new project on Scratch, and name it Water Forms. For a character who will make a presentation, use a sprite. This time, we're going to use a penguin sprite. Delete the cat sprite, then add the penguin sprite. Name this sprite as Penguin. Then drag the penguin sprite to the left. We're going to create our own backdrop for the title page. Click on the stage at the bottom right, then select the Backdrop tab. Here, you can create or change the backdrop. For the title page, we will create our own backdrop. Make a word Water Forms, and choose the color you like. Move this text to the top left. Choose this backdrop for the title screen. Go back to the Code tab. We're going to create 3 buttons, 1 for each water form. To create button in Scratch, we also use Sprite. Let's add 3 buttons. Name the first button Sprite Solid. The second button is Sprite Liquid. And the third button is Sprite Gas. All buttons are still plain and have same color. To change the appearance of each button, we can use Costume. Choose the Sprite Solid button, then go to the Costume tab. Put the word Solid on the button, and change the color of the button to the color you like. Then, select the Sprite Liquid and change its appearance. Put a text liquid, and change to the color you like. Finally, select the sprite gas, add the word gas, and change the color. Now, go back to the Code tab. In this presentation, the penguin will talk, and explaining the form of water. Click on the penguin sprite, and arrange the code blocks. Arrange blocks like this. Then try running it. To make it more interesting, we will make animation on the penguin. We will change the penguin costume each time the penguin speaks a sentence. Change your coding to this. Notice, before we say the sentence, we are going to change the penguin costume. Now, click on the green flag and see what happens. The penguins will move while talking. Now, we are going to create the other 3 screens. In Scratch, we only have one stage, but we can have multiple backdrops. The screens in this presentation are using different backdrops. So now, we must add another backdrop. Select the backdrop Arctic or North Pole. Now, if you select Stage at the bottom right, and click on the Backdrops tab, you will see a second backdrop, besides the title. This is the newly added North Pole backdrop. Name this backdrop North Pole. Then, add another underwater backdrop, and name this backdrop Sea. You can also add a backdrop by clicking the button on the left. Finally, add a blue sky backdrop, and name it as Sky. Okay, now we have all the necessary sprites and backdrops. In the next lesson, we will make our presentation interactive. If you like this video, please do me a great favor. Subscribe to my channel, like, and share this video. This way, I can get energy to create more interesting video and we can have fun together. Thank you very much, and see you on my other video.